How long does it take to get Italian citizenship? So how long does it take for Italian citizenship by descent and by marriage? There are two trending processes for Italian citizenship by descent, so let's see the processing time right now. Let's start. So let's talk about the processing time for the two most requested process for Italian for getting Italian dual citizenship, so by descent or by marriage. Let's start from the process of Italian citizenship by descent. If you are going to apply for Italian citizenship by descent through an Italian consulate, it really depends on how long does it take to get an appointment at the Italian consulate. First of all, before the application phase, so when you file your case, you have to consider the wait time for collecting all the documents, so it takes a lot of time. So you need to collect all the documents, the birth certificate, the marriage certificate, the death certificate, and the proof of naturalization, of non-naturalization of your Italian ancestor. It takes a lot of time to collect the document, in the right way, then you need to legalize all the documents, to translate all the documents. So it's a really long process. But besides that process, and an estimation is really difficult because it really depends on many external factors, like for example, how long does it take for the Vita Records Office to release you some hard copies of the document, or how long does it take for getting an apostille or a legalization. Besides that, so how long does it take? Let's assume that we are ready. Now, we are ready to file the application. How long does it take? As we said, so through an Italian consulate, if you're living abroad, you should file through an Italian consulate. Well, it really depends on when the Italian consulate will give you an appointment, because at the appointment date, you have to bring your package, your application folder, so with all the documents ready, then go in person, present your application folder, and that's it. Then you just to wait. So by the law, the consulate has to give you 2 years, maximum 2 years to process your application, which means that in maximum 2 years, 2 years time with the Windows frame, they have to give you the appointment and decide your case. That's very important. Be aware that, as we already talked in many other videos, if you're not able to have your appointment and so the consulate is not able to process your citizenship application in less than 2 years, you have the right to file your application, your petition in other ways, in an alternative way, that is applied through an Italian immigration court, through an Italian immigration attorney. We can file your petitions to the court, and right now, in October 2022, the application processing time is less than 2 years. So for sure, we are able now, with the current wait time, to process your case in less than 2 years. So in conclusion, for what is related to the application for Italian citizenship by descent, you have to keep in mind that there are two phases for calculating your total processing time. Two phases. The phase 1, collecting the document. The phase 2, preparing and file your application. For the phase 1, on average, it takes around 1 year for preparing all the documents. It's a lot of time, but it takes a lot of time. With the phase 2, the consulate should process your application in less than 2 years, and if the consulate is not able to accomplish that because of lack of appointments, so you are not unable to get an appointment at the consulate, or because you file your application and it's more than 2 years that you are waiting for a decision, well, you can file then your petition through an Italian immigration court, through an Italian immigration attorney. Let's talk then about the process for Italian citizenship by marriage. So how long does it take to get Italian citizenship by marriage, through marriage? Well, in this case, the situation is a little different, because in this case, as long as there is not a problem of lack of appointments for the consulate, because you won't file your application the first time with an appointment date, and so not in person at the consulate. But first of all, we can file your petition here in Italy through the Italian immigration portal. There is a specific portal created by the Ministry of Internal Affairs where you can file your petition. We can prepare your petition, we can file your petition, then we can monitor all your petition. So the process is completely different and in some way is more well organized. For the processing time, the law also in this case, the law is very clear. The law says that also for the applications for Italian citizenship by marriage, the ministry has to process your application, so to decide your case in maximum 2 years. So also here we have the 2-year maximum time frame. So all cases by descent and by marriage must be decided by the authorities in less than 2 years. So this is the processing time. So how long does it take for getting Italian citizenship by descent and by marriage? In case you will have issues on these time frames, so you're facing, for example, an issue with the consulate that is not respecting the 2 years time frame, do not hesitate to contact us. We have unfortunately plenty of cases where a lot of people are waiting for more than 2 years for the decision, and in this case, of course, there are some solutions, so don't worry about that. If you want to have a check on your case, on your eligibility for Italian dual citizenship, do not hesitate to contact us. You can contact us through our website, or you can also leave here a comment below on our YouTube channel. You can leave a comment and we are always happy, the team is always happy to reply to you as best as possible, because of course we cannot do consultations here on YouTube, as you may understand. You can also contact us through our social media. Do not forget that we are also on many social medias like Instagram, like Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. So anyways, we are always happy to be in touch with you. So follow us and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because you will be the first one to receive a notification about the many new videos that we have to post. We have really plenty of new videos about citizenship process and also on other topics really relevant on the matter. So thank you so much. This is Marco Bersani as always from the Bersani Law Firm, and see you on the next video.